What's up, guys? Welcome to my Dead Island review. Obviously, I hate to have to say this, but spoiler alert. I'm gonna get into that into another video. But so I just beat this game on the 360, and it actually went kind of how I thought it was going to go. Like, I'm not surprised as to how it went at all, really. Like, everything that happened, I was like, yep, kind of saw that coming, but whatever. There's one major thing that I knew was going to happen, and I was kind of disappointed that it happened, because if I can see it coming, then it's not original. But at the same time, I was happy because, hey, I'm like, hey, I can admit that I actually saw this coming. So, so first, replay value. I guess it depends on how different the characters are. I kind of want to make a new character now, and I'll get into that later as to why I'm not. But the game is entertaining, it's fun, and if you have friends to play with, definitely get this game. It's a lot more fun with friends. I'm telling you that now. It's a lot more fun when you have people, even if you're not, I would say, even if you're not playing with them, as long as you can play, as long as you can talk with people while you're playing. But definitely, if you're playing with people, it's much easier. Because I was playing with my friend Matt, and then Mike was online, but he wasn't in our game, but he was still, in our party chatting with us. Much more fun. The only issue I have, besides a couple of glitches here and there, dealing with certain quests, I'm going to see a giant comment on my video. I'll check that in a second. A couple of things I didn't like. One, the single player, like what I'm doing for the PC, which I'm probably going to try and join up with people pretty soon. The single player is ungodly hard. Maybe it's just how I made my character right off the bat, but while on the 360 version, I got to the city solo. Not the whole way, but when I got to the city, I was playing solo at the time, and this is on 360, by the way. Most of my 360 playthrough has been with people, but and it was super hard. Like Mike was in the party with me, and I was just talking about how all this is bullshit. Like you turn a corner, and there's fucking 20 zombies staring at you, and 3 rams behind them. You're like, what the fuck is this? So the single player is definitely going to be very hard. So, I mean, like I said, maybe it's just how I made my character. I know, what's his name, Galm, or Gamer Clips. He is pretty far right now, so I'm going to be watching his stuff later tonight. I'm just going to be staying up all night. Yippee, no sleep for me for work. Fuck. So I'm going to be checking out his stuff and see what he does to do as well as he is, playing single player. But as for the game having replay value, I think it's got quite a bit. If you can play through the full game and you thought it was all amazing, then you're gonna be able to play through it again easily. So, let's see, what's the other part? The other part was there were some quests that were just glitchy as fuck. Like, let's see, off the top of my head, there's one quest going to the repair or the mechanic in Act 1. You have to get to a mechanic because he's going to upgrade your vehicle to make it armored. And there's a bunch of zombies outside of his fucking door. They're banging on his door. And the quest is to kill the zombies. I got to clear the area of zombies. So when I got to a big area where I was supposed to get out of the truck, because it was like, leave your vehicle. I'm like, fuck that. So I got back in, rammed them. I kind of rammed 2 of them into the garage, and I couldn't kill them, and I had to kill them. So I had to restart. And then when I restarted, I killed all of them, and it still said, clear the area. So I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? So I eventually had to restart again. And restarting it was just sending me back to the lifeguard station, so all I had to do was drive and do it again. So it wasn't too much of an issue, but it was still annoying as fuck. The other main thing that was annoying was there were a few quests. There are a couple quests that don't show you where people are. Granted, I think the guy actually tells me where the person's at, so my bad. But there were a couple of quests throughout the game. I can only remember one of them that was in Act 3, where I had to return a quest. It was a very quick quest. It was go to this place that's 10 feet from me, grab something, bring it back. When I brought it back, the guy was not there. He wasn't invisible. He just wasn't there. Exclamation point was right there. It wasn't up or down. He was supposed to be there. And then when I got on later, he was there magically. So I was like, what the fuck? Kind of annoying. It wasn't a main quest, thankfully. If that ever happened to a main quest, I would be bitching about it even more. But all main quests were fine that I know of. I can't think of any that were glitchy at all. Otherwise, let's go with the let's go to the infected themselves. So the infected themselves, obviously, when you play the game, when you if you're playing solo, let's go with that because it's easier to explain. When you level up, the zombies level up. So if you're level 30, the zombies are gonna be level 30 or maybe a little bit higher, possibly a little bit lower even. But if you join, like, let's say, like, I'm level 37 on the 360 right now. If I join my friend's game and he starts a new character, he's level 1. If I join his game that he just made, all the zombies are going to be level 1, or, they're going to be low level. They're not going to be, like, level 30. And at the same time, if he joins my game, all the zombies are going to be my level. So you get the point here. So everything scales with your level. If it's your game anyway. So I'll go into the wiki here to get to the zombies. So there are, shockingly, different types of zombies. And see pop-up pages, zombies. So we got, once it fucking loads. So we have the walkers, the slow, shambling undead, roaming the islands of Benoi, looking for flesh to devour. Walkers are most dangerous in groups where their speed is less of a disadvantage. Walkers are also fairly quiet and can be difficult to spot in dark areas. Yeah, the game strategically places some zombies around corners to the point where they're basically trying to catch you off guard. And then there's the infected, which are fast zombies. Not fun. I have to agree with Mike now at this point, which is kind of sad. Infected are probably the most annoying because they run fast, they attack fast, and they damage you damn well. I mean, if you got 4 infected on your ass, you're fucked. The floater. I'm not sure why they have the special zombies, by the way. I'm not sure why they have the floater here, since he's not the first one you encounter, but actually, you know what, fuck it, let's go through it, how you find them. So, the Thug, which is at the bottom. The Thug is the very first special infected that you find. He is basically a bigger zombie, he's tougher, but he's slow. So, let's see. Yep, these zombies are extremely slow and are better to avoid than fight. It's best to avoid than fight. One-on-one, they are more than enough of a challenge for most players. They're best skilled from a distance since their damage range is defined by the reach of their arms. Using explosive barrel, crate, knife, Molotov gun, etc. Anything to keep distance between you. It really isn't too hard. Sometimes his swing is bullshit and you'll get hit. But basically, like me, I'm the sharp. Was it Zyan or Zian, whatever the fuck her name is. I would run up, slash, and jump as soon as I slash, and I can usually hit him. But yeah, thugs are very easy now. The only issue is if there's other zombies with him, and he gets close enough when you're trying to kill the other zombies. But, oh well. So after the thug, the next one you'll find is the suicider. This poor creature trapped in a disfigured, pulsing form that retains a semblance of awareness, even though its instincts drive it to get close to an uninfected survivor and attack with a self-destructive explosion. Basically, these guys are really easy. I don't know how, and they do have a fucking different sound. They sound different than regular infected. Mike does not believe that. He's fucking wrong. But anyway, these guys are pretty easy to deal with. If you have a gun, shoot it. If you're Logan Carter, fucking throw shit at it. Otherwise, if you don't want to waste ammo or anything, just run up to it, and as soon as he starts to pulsate, just jump backwards. You will not get hurt if you jump backwards, as long as you don't jump into something and keeps you right near them. But they're very easy to deal with. Not to mention, they can be used to hurt others. So, very easy. The Rams are extremely tough, strong, ferocious, and determined. These undead were already mad before the outbreak. Now they single-mindedly pursue any survivors in sight, try to take them out with a single ramming attack. Frontal attacks are known to be ineffective. The Ram is similar to the Charger from Left 4 Dead series, with the exception being that the only way to defeat him is behind his back. Behind his back. Super. He's basically a very tall zombie. He's in a straitjacket. Very easy to see. Oh, and he's got the little metal thing that Hannibal Lecter has, or the mask. Basically, since I was Zion, I had the backstab skill, which I do more damage in the back. The only way it hurts guys is the back. He basically runs at you, you dodge, hit him in the back. Very simple. He's probably one of the easiest. And then you see the Butcher next, or not the Butcher, the Floater, my bad. The Floater is bloated, partially decomposed by it, produces corrosive, blah blah blah. He basically is the Boomer from Left 4 Dead, except that he does not attract zombies. If he hits you, his acid actually hurts you. This guy, again, is really just simple. I don't think he punches or anything. I think he just throws up at you. So, I just run up and fucking slash the fucker. He's pretty simple to deal with. The Butcher, probably the hardest. So the Butcher, the meaner, tougher versions of the infected Butchers slice and tear with whatever is left of their limbs. Basically, they don't have hands. They're just like kind of pointy stubs. Let's see. Their leaping attacks and lightning quick reactions make them hard to fight with melee attacks. Attacking from a great distance helps. The Butcher behaves in a similar fashion as the Hunter from Left 4 Dead series. This one is probably easily the hardest of the special infected, I will go with, because he is as fast as an infected. And it's kind of a problem, but being my character, I'm able to take him down pretty nicely. So, not too bad. But all in all, the games infected aren't not too bad. They're not super creative. You got the slow, strong. You got the fast and weak. But all in all, the zombies are nice, pretty good. Like I said, though, when you get to like the city is crammed full of them. So that could be a bitch. The other enemies you have will be thugs. They are people with guns. Guns are the biggest bullshit in this game. Why? Because one, enemies don't have to fucking reload, and guns do a shit ton of damage. Two, when you have gun, they don't do instant damage. Well, you can kill humans with them quick, but they don't. But you have to reload, and you have ammo. The fucking enemies don't. And three, you don't get much ammo. That one's a little bit of a lie, but it depends where you are. I fucking hate guns in this game. I really do. So, and then obviously this game does have weapon mods and whatnot, and those are always fun. My favorite is easily electricity, because it shocks them. There's a lot of, there's a lot of enemies when you shock them, it's hilarious. Like, rams, when you shock them, it's hilarious sounding. But other than that, I think that covers all the zombies. So, the axe. So, Act 1, you are on the actual beach island of it. And that part is the easiest part, with ease. Yes. Anyway, it's the easiest part. It's the most fun part, in my opinion. I'm not saying, I'm not saying the rest of it's not fun. But, yeah. So, that's Act 1. Act 2 is the city, which I despise with a passion. Mainly because once we do get to it, you will see why. But I'm going to make fun of Act 2 a lot because your main safe house is a church. And I can't stand the main woman there. But, not to mention they all just like, oh, they're demons and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I can't stand that. I just can't stand it. But thankfully you're not there for too long. Sadly, on the PC, on my Let's Play, I will be listening to them. I didn't listen to them on the 360. All I know is they're crazy church people and a bunch of people praying. It's like, it's like you got 10 people praying. Why don't you go and send them with fucking guns and shit and get stuff? Don't send the one guy who can't get infected. Fuck you. But whatever. So Act 2, honestly, when I get to it on 360, I am doing only the main quest. I don't give a shit. I don't need to level up, to 50 for it. Fuck Act 2. Now, Act 3 is the jungle. Act 3 is a bitch. Oh, actually, let me point this out. You meet the thug pretty early in Act 1. The suicider is at the end of Act 1. You meet the ram in the beginning of Act 2. The bloater depends. If you're just going main quest, the bloater you're going to meet pretty soon in Act 2. Is that it? I think that might be it. Let me look here. You have the floater, the ram, suicider, and then the butcher is in Act 3, and that is the last special infected you will meet. So yeah, anyway. So Act 3 is the jungle. It has a lot of people with guns. You can imagine how shady that is. And then you have a lot of science stuff. So you go from trying to survive to going to the safe for supplies to getting to the jungle because a plane crash there. Your main quest brings you there eventually. And then there you meet scientists and whatnot, and they're trying to figure out. I don't remember actually. I didn't listen to them. I figure they're trying to figure out cures and whatnot. So the main quest or the main story in this is you're trying to get off the island, and one of the guy that's trying to get you off the island, is at a prison, which is Act 4, and he finds out that scientists are trying to get a cure, and you eventually get the cure for him, and it's because his wife is infected. By the time we get to him, by the way, the wife is a zombie. Shocker. So Act 3 is just lots of scientist kind of stuff. Well, eventually, anyway. And then by the time we get to Act 4, by the way, I found this hilarious. No, actually, yeah, you know what? Yeah. Act 2, you're supposed to get to a police station. When you leave for like 5 minutes, and you come back and everyone's infected. Hilarious. And then Act 4, or no, same Act. Sorry, Act 3. The scientists, by the time you get back to them, all infected. And then there's a stupid fucking tribe too. I'm not even gonna talk about them. Fucking dumbasses there. Short story actually. Short version for it. They eat infected flesh because they think it'll make them immortal. Super fun. So let's see what else was there. So anyway, Act 4 is when you go to the prison. That's where the main guy is. He's a colonel of something. And this prison, by the way, is a safe house. Or not safe house. This prison is for the biggest, baddest terrorists ever. Super fun, right? Yeah, super fun. So you get to Act 4, and you're basically trying to get to the guy because he's in Block C or something. You have to help out the prisoners, and of course this place is full of zombies. Shocker there. And then by the time but the last quest you're supposed to do is you're supposed to get guns for all the prisoners. But when you get there, the guy tells you, "I know what you're doing. You're trying to get guns. Do not do it. I've put most of these guys away because they're terrorists. They're you give them guns and by the time you get to me, they'll kill me. Then they'll kill you and all this great shit." And honestly, like I told Mike this multiple times, I wish the game was more like Fallout in the way that it gives you choices. I would have definitely gone with the terrorists. I'd have been like, fuck yeah, let's release the terrorists and kill the guy on the roof. So, sorry, I had to cough there. Didn't want to cough in the mic. So eventually, so the guy actually gets us out, gets us to an elevator, gasses us in the elevator, takes the antidote, and runs. Super fun, huh? So, I think it's a prisoner that helped us out. He gets us to the roof, where the guy is going off by helicopter. We kill a bunch of people. We get to him. Huge scene where, there's a bug on my screen. A huge scene where, we're talking to the guy, and his wife is a zombie now. And, a chick that we saved in Act 1, Jin, she's our storage. She's with us in Act 4, in which she's in there talking about, or we're basically talking with the guy because he's gonna bomb the island. By the way, once he gets off, he's gonna bomb the entire island. And we saved one of the African chicks who ate the flesh. I guess they ate the flesh long ago, and they don't turn for like 10, 12 years, something, I don't know. But so she's infected, I guess. She just won't turn for a long time. So Dead Island 2 coming our way, because she does survive, sadly. So yeah, anyway, so the Jin, our storage, she's talking to the guy. She's like, it's easy to kill, thousands or millions of, blank faces, but it's hard to kill somebody that you know. And then she unshackles his wife, and she bites him, and then he injects himself with the, he shoots Jin. She falls off the roof. So there goes our storage, and then he injects himself with a fucking antidote. And guess what happens, guys? Here's the final boss. Spoilers, big spoilers. He gets all buff. He's fast. He's strong, and damage resistant. Super fun. So I poured all my bullets into him. We got him down to about half health, where it got to the point where Matt was just shooting him with a shock pistol, I think it was. So, the guy was just getting shocked. We eventually kill him, and then you ride off in a helicopter, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the virus won't get out. Don't worry about it." And then they talk about the prison because they said it was kind of, I think they actually said it was ironic that that the island, Dead Island is a tourist place for celebrities and rich people, and they said it was, and this is with the game. I'm pretty sure they said it was ironic that it was an old. I can't remember what they said about it, but basically, because there's an island right next to it where all the baddest criminals and terrorists go, so it's kind of funny, really. And we leave and like, oh, don't worry, the virus won't get out. And they say that as the helicopter is leaving the island, our helicopter is leaving the island with an infected chick on it. I don't know why we saved her. She's going to be infected, right? That's what Matt was pointing out to me. He's like, isn't she infected? I was like, shit, you're right. Dead Island 2, here we come. And so after that, you can either make a new character, or you can continue the game. This is the cool part. This is like Borderlands. You can continue the game, and you start right off on Act 1. Because as soon as you go to the prison, guys, you cannot leave the prison. It says that straight up. It says, if you go to the prison, you cannot return. So, with that in mind, you can start over. And your character is still whatever level you were when you beat the game. And so now all the zombies are the same level, and you can do all the quests again. Here's something that annoys me, is that all of the quests give the regular experience. It's like all of these low-level quests are given, 600 experience and whatnot. Kind of annoying. Is I was talking to Matt, I'm like, I wonder how many how far we're going to get into Act 1 before we level, if we do. I don't know, I think it's kind of interesting, because we need, like, I don't know how much experience we need at this point. 50,000 at least. But, so anyway, the game was fun. I'll give it that. Am I going to play it constantly? Probably not. Once I finish the LP, I'll probably not play it on the PC for a while, just to be done with it. But it was a fun game. I'm curious as to what the game will be like with other characters. Like Logan Carter, I don't want to play because Matt. This is a big thing. Matt has lost many, 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 many awesome weapons because if you don't know, Logan Carter is he's the thrower. He throws items, and Matt's lost many items because he threw them and it disappeared or whatever. I'm not sure how he loses them, but he's lost a lot of fucking items. And the last one, this is a big quest that hopefully they'll fix this. But apparently, a mission in Act 3 where you have to take this guy to a boat. Apparently the guy died, the guy that you're supposed to escort. He died on Matt, and when Matt respawned, he didn't have any of his fucking weapons. And he had to beat the rest of the quest using his fists. I'm not sure if he did beat the quest with his fists. I hope he did. That'd be awesome. But I guess that's a nice big glitch there for him. But Logan Carter, he seemed weak. I told Matt multiple times. I'm like, dude, it's like you like throw like 4 weapons into the guy. I guess 4 is not much, but it's like when you don't. It's like when you have a character that throws weapons. It's like if you were sitting here telling me that you have to actually throw 5 weapons into a guy, run up and grab all the weapons from the guy's body, and then throw them again. That's bullshit. He should have. It should be like a weapon where you have like 50 of that weapon that you can throw at the guy. It's like, it should be like ammo or something. And I don't know, I just don't like him. And then you got, Perna, who is the gun expert. And you don't really get that much ammo right away. I don't think you get any right away. Yeah, my character, Blade Master, basically, which is kind of decent since, a lot of your weapons are blades. And then you have Sam B, who is the tank and Blood Master. And I'm definitely going to go with... I hate to say this, but I'm going with Sam B next because I don't care for gun master bullshit. I'm not going to go with somebody who is going to lose all my weapons. So Sam B is left. But we'll see how far me and Matt go with a new playthrough. I don't know how far I can go. I might go just to hit level 50 because there is an achievement for that. And I would love to mock Mike because I have to mock him. I'm like, dude, we fucking straight up passed you with ease. I find that hilarious. But I think that's it. I'm not sure if there's much more to talk about for this game. It's a great game, I highly recommend getting it. I'll give it a 9 or 10, or not 9 or 10, 8 or 9 easily. A really fun game. I can't really talk about the story too much because I don't know much of the story. The main, there's not much about the virus. The virus is some old thing. I have to play. When I get to the scientist, I'll know about it. But the main quest, basically, this guy's trying to help you off the island because his wife's infected. He can get you off. He wants you to get, you eventually get him an antidote. He steals it from you. He's the final boss. Saw it coming, sadly, but whatever. But definitely, if you find all the characters interesting and all the skills, then sure. I can't see myself playing Zion again because I got the 360 that I just finished a playthrough on. I'm going to be finishing another one just to hit 50 probably. Then I got the PC version. By the way, PC version, I'm not going to be playing through a second playthrough. I don't give a fuck. Not on Zion anyway. Maybe Sam B or something, or maybe Perna. I don't know. But I'm not doing it on her because I've played her for too fucking long. I've got like 24 hours on the 360 for this character now. But it is a fun game. Again, highly recommend getting it if you love zombie games. That's about it. It's a great game to play, but definitely get it if your friends are getting it. Definitely. I've actually had a couple people on my Xbox Live friends list send me messages saying, "Hey, is that game fun? Do you recommend it for me?" And I instantly sent back, "Yes, get this game." Mainly because I have it, so fuck it, I'll play with you. But there you guys go. Hopefully I don't get people going, "Oh my god, you spoiled everything." And I'll get into the spoiling thing in another video right after this probably. So there you guys go. Hope you get the game. It's a fun game. And yeah, take care.